guys, welcome to the second episode of Home. So before I begin with today's vlog, I just want to address the question that were mainly asked, which is why didn't we go ahead with an ID? Okay, then my question back to you is, why do you need an ID? Or rather, the main reason why people have an ID is because they are too busy and they don't want to have so much option, in a way that they just want to let the ID know, okay, for my house, I just want it to be simple, I want it to be clean. They give the ID this kind of rough idea. So as an ID, they will come up with the idea for you. They will tell you how to make your house clean, how to make your house simple. So back to the point why we decide not to have an ID is because, like I've mentioned in the first episode, we already know how we want to use the space. We already have a very clear image in mind of how we want the house to be like, just by looking at like Pinterest, Instagram and stuff like that. I mean, you guys watching this, you definitely know what is Pinterest, you know what is Instagram, so you can just look through them, and if it's something that you like, right, immediately you will know like, okay, I like this. On Pinterest there's really a lot of options. You just type like Scandinavian design, minimalistic design, industrial design, they will come up with a lot of options, and then from there you just save down those that you like, and then you will realize when you go back to your photo album, you realize, why is it that everything that I save, they are somewhat similar in terms of the color, in terms of the texture and stuff like that, because that is what happened to me as well. Initially, I didn't know what I wanted for the house. I just typed living room, and then I just looked through all the living room, and then I saved those that I like, and then I came to realize, they have something in common, that the reason why I saved them, which is the feature wall. So I realized, wow, I really like those kind of like cement looking feature wall. I don't know why, I just like it. And then I realized those that I like are really quite cool tone instead of warm. They are very greyish tones. That is where you will slowly discover what is it that you really like, because even for an ID, I find that they may not know what you like, but they can. Which brings me to my second question of, how do you in a way choose the color or the tone that looks very cohesive? Because for our house, it's a 5-room BTO and it's an open concept, which means that our kitchen has no wall, so it's just an island. How we make it very cohesive is firstly the one that I mentioned just now, which we make sure that carpentry, like you know, the laminate for the cupboards, the floor, the wall, they are all cool tone. I'll just show you an example of how you can just differentiate a warm tone and a cool tone very simply. Okay, so you can see these two over here. The one on my right, this one is, you can straight away tell that it is more of a warm tone because they are yellow base in them. That's why it's warm. So if you were to go for something like that, or you like something like that, then your laminate has to be very warm as well. Okay, but this is not something that Ken and I prefer. What we prefer is something like that, which is cool tone. So if you look at cool tone, it is more of the greyish, bluish kind of tone in them. So this is what we prefer. It's just personal preference. We are on this topic, I might as well just show you. You can see these two laminates here. Okay, so you can tell that this one over here is cool tone, whereas this is warm tone because it's like more towards the yellow side. Okay, so if you have already chosen your tiles, you put your tiles like that, you bring your tiles to the showroom, okay, and then you put it side by side like that, you can tell immediately which is the one that suits your tile. This is the one, because this one has that same tone in them. You can tell? I mean, along the way in this vlog, you can maybe learn a trick or two of how we actually go about doing it. I find that it works for us, so I mean, hopefully everything will go well. But basically, to answer you guys' question, this is how we actually do it. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with the vlog. Show you the filter panel range. So filter panel, not a lot. You can tell it's just here, here, and some colors here. Usually I'll just lay out like this is my house color and theme, right? So I'll just see. So I need something like cool tone. So I'm thinking this one or this one, because the rest of it really is more towards the warm side, which is not what we want. White detail here. Okay, so we are done with Oh my god, I suddenly forgot the name of the place. Something 𝚃𝚞𝚗. The stupid thing is they don't have vinyl there. I still go there and tell the guy, hi, I'm looking for vinyl. Okay, so they don't have vinyl there. It's mainly just towels. But okay, not bad. We get to see our toilet towels. So now we are going to Evo Reach to see vinyl, finally. Okay, let's go! Hey, don't stop it It's so distracting. We're gonna collect the key next Tuesday, next Thursday. It's here. Okay, so now I am in Mel's closet, the parcel woman, looking for the block. Oh yes, there's a correct block. So I'm gonna deliver my parcel to my buyer. Oh my gosh, I'm a banker, I'm an influencer, and then now I'm a parcel lady. Okay. Hello! Today we are back at Hafari. I almost say River Safari. We're back at Hafari to confirm the vinyl. So we have been to Hafari in the first episode. So today, yeah, we're just gonna confirm. Now we brought all our towels and the laminates and stuff like that. So at least we can compare to see which towels, which vinyl suits it better. So match the.
Okay.
So how about this? What do you think? This one, yeah.
You okay with this color?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You see the wood is quite clean also.
Can I choose this one?
Ken just went out to tapao the dinner. We're having dinner at our friend's place, Steamboat tonight. So yeah, anyway, just an update. Today we went to Hafari to settle on our entire house vinyl. It's so funny because we like try to match the thing. Hopefully no one like judge us. But anyways, yeah, so we did that, and also we looked toilet tiles and toilet wall. So more or less like we really know what we want. And then wow, one thing that was so blown away by was we didn't know that Hafari had level 3. So we went up to level 3. It was so aesthetically beautiful that the entire time I was just it's really so beautiful. And I mean, if you are looking to get tiles, especially marble tiles, I would highly recommend you to check out Hafari. Yeah, so that's more or less on what we've decided. Initially, we wanted this kind of backsplash for the kitchen, but I don't know why at the end we are leaning more towards the dark. Like when we look at different samples, and then we realized that okay, the dark one actually makes it look more like not so HDB. I mean, at the end of the day, Ken and I, we agreed that we don't want the house, although it's a HDB, but we try not to, you know, have that kind of color theme that looks like HDB. Yeah, we are trying our best to design ourselves. I mean, that's the perks of having like without an ID, I feel, because like that your opinions are really just your own opinion. You won't hear so much of what other people think, because if it's something that you like, right, once you look at it, you know it's something you like, you won't go and hear so much of what other people's opinions are. So I think that's one good thing, and thankfully we are quite like on the same page in terms of the things that we want, and aesthetically what is nice to us, we are also on the same page. So yeah, I'm very glad on that. I really enjoy going all this shopping with Ken because he gives very constructive feedback. So yeah.
Lately I've been thinking about the choices I have made and doubt the life I've chosen for.
So this remote is actually the reason why we picked up the Samsung TV. I just love how sleek it looks as compared to the normal kind of remote you see here. Yep. So oh my god, such an impromptu trip. Anyway, Ken is making the deposit for the TV. We initially come in here to get the quotation for aircon. This is the aircon. We are actually looking at the black one. So sleek, right? That's Ken. Oh my god. So firstly, Alan looked through at the SketchUp that Ken did to let us know what could be done and cannot be done. And then he shared with us the service that he could provide. And yep, this is us finalizing on the design so that he could come back with the quotations. So chill. Today is last day. Just to summarize today, what did we do, and to end the vlog, today we met up with the contractor, and then we actually went to find for like basin and toilet bowl, but we didn't manage to see the one that we want. Then we settled on, what's that thing called? Dishwasher, and I think we really scored a good deal on that. We are still pending for the aircon. Yeah, but more or less should be that because they're having a sale now. So, yup. Anyways, why is it always like that? Like whenever I already know what I'm gonna say, but once I turn on the camera, I forget what I'm saying. Oh yeah, this vlog, or rather to summarize, I hope that it is like in a way informative, that like how we actually chose the theme for our house to make it very cohesive, you know, and stuff like that. Because I think one of the struggle that people face without having an ID is to have like how to even choose color, theme, mood and all, because you're afraid that it might collide in a way. So yeah, look at this background behind me. It's horrible. So yes, I think we will see you in the third episode. We should be collecting the keys in the third episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Pillow. Hey, hello, you play game, you got check the aircon or not? Hello? Knock knock.
What?
I say you got check the aircon or not?
What?
Aircon!
Check what lah?
Whether you getting or not getting.
Getting ah. We are getting.
So you need to tell the guy if you're getting.
Get from who? Tampines or Bedok?
You like which guy better?